Hey y'all, I'm back with a DIY embellishments video, and I'm going to be using translucent stickers today. So I'm going to share with you my products first. The first thing I have are some scrap pieces of paper with subtle backgrounds. So this is really important. I didn't choose white backgrounds, and there's a reason for that, and I'll kind of get into that in just a little bit. I also have some sticker paper that I printed different embellishments on, and this is a kit that I purchased from the Reset Girl, and I'll link that down below. And then I am going to use a couple of little translucent or clear stickers from planners as well, but just like maybe 2 or 3. I'm also going to use some dies, but not very many, but I'm going to show you how you can create these without using dies or punches or anything like that too. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some various shapes, or I'm going to create some various shapes of bases or backgrounds. So I'm going to take that paper that I showed y'all at the very beginning, and I'm just going to kind of, there's no rhyme or reason, I'm just going to kind of cut these to different sizes. Some will be rectangular, some will be more square, and then I'm going to set these into a pile onto the left hand side. Some will be smaller than others, you'll kind of see as I go. Okay, now that I have those set aside, I'm going to start with just some, I'm going to start grabbing some other shapes, and these don't have to be cut down or created into bases yet, because I'm actually just going to add my stickers right on top of these, and then I'm going to cut these with the dies. So there is no need to go ahead and cut them into the shapes that I want yet. The left hand side there where I've already created those shapes, those I'm going to leave as is, and that's why I cut them down the way that I wanted them. These that I'm working on now are more just shapes that I'm going to use my dies on, kind of like I've mentioned. So the first thing I'm going to do is start by cutting these sticker paper shapes / florals and patterns out, and I'm just going to add them to my different shades or my different patterns. So the reason I chose subtle backgrounds is because I really wanted these florals and these patterns to show. So that's the first reason. The second reason is I really want these embellishments to look finished, like something I bought even. And I think by using white paper, it really would have been, it would have taken a little bit longer to get kind of a layered, more finished look. And by starting off with the background already and then adding another layer on top of that, and then I'm going to add more layers as we go, I think that you can, without getting too three-dimensional, you can achieve that really finished look. So I'm just cutting up I've sped up the video a little bit because I'm cutting up my floral shapes, and there is no technique to this. I'm just cutting them out, and I love clear sticker paper for a lot of reasons. But one of the best reasons is that you do not have to cut them perfect. You can just roughly cut these and you will not ever know. You stick them onto your paper and it looks like the perfect shape, and it looks like you cut them like that. I do not recommend using punches on this sticker paper. It did not work for me. So I don't know if my punches just aren't sharp enough or what, but the dies work perfectly. So you'll kind of see what I mean by that here in a minute. So again, I'm just adding these just on top of the paper, no rhyme or reason for those, and then I'm going to stick them in a stack, and I'm going to go ahead and continue cutting down my shapes or cutting down some of those backgrounds, and then I'm going to start by adding some of my planner stickers. So you'll see I set those over to the left with that other pile that I showed you guys at the very beginning. It's because those are going to be, I'm going to leave those shapes as is. I'm not going to cut those down with my dies, so I went ahead and did some trimming on those. And then for this tag, same thing, I'm going to leave the tag the shape that it is, and so I want to go ahead and create the base so that I can just add embellishments right on top. So I love that floral right in the bottom right hand corner. And then I'm kind of going to look and see if there's anything I can find that matches those florals, because I'm using obviously different brands, and so I wanted the colors to complement each other. So the ones that I'm working on now are, again, the ones that I'm going to leave as is. So you'll see me working on trimming these and trying to get them the way that I want them as the base. or the anchor for the rest of my embellishments that you'll see me create in a little bit. And I'm even creating some of these by so I guess I should mention that the floral pattern that I'm using is one big sheet of pattern, so you can really play with this. But what I did was just cut some wonky circles, and I love that look, and you'll see what I add to that here in a little bit to kind of finish that off. So I'm just going to continue on adding some florals and some different patterns to these cards / embellishments. And you can certainly leave these as is. They're beautiful just the way they are, and then you can set them aside and then use them for future projects later, or add them, like especially the tags, you could keep them as is and then use them for gifts. But I am going to take it a step further so I can share with you how they actually become full-on embellishments. So I'm going to move on to the stack that I created at the beginning, where I just added some stickers to paper randomly, and then this is what I'm going to do with those dies. I'm going to place them on each sheet of my paper. So here's the thing, placement is everything in my opinion, and it kind of is up to you and how you want to do this, but I am placing them to where they're not perfectly aligned and where it looks like it's a continuous pattern, so it looks more finished. And I'm going to show you a couple of these because I want you to see them up close and what I mean. So you see that background where there's like a watercolor background with like watercolor on top of wood grain, then you have the floral and the patterns right on top of that, and it's only it didn't take effort. All it took was to add the sticker right on top, and so I really love the way these came out. I'm going to continue cutting these, and then you'll see me start to add the accents on top of these. Okay, so here's a fun little tip for the tags that I created. First of all, you can make anything a tag, so just remember that all you have to have is a hole punch and a reinforcement. And reinforcements are sold at like office supply stores, so they're I think they're created for like paper that's ripping that has holes in it. I don't know. I just remember using them in school when I was younger to make sure things stayed in my binder. But basically I just have Copic markers and I'm coloring right on top of these reinforcements to get them to have a color. I could use them as white, but to take it a step further, you can use Copic markers, which I have. You can really probably use like Crayola markers. It just probably won't be as blended, but you can use those as well. I have used those super tip markers before. And then you can use ink, so whatever ink you have in your stash as well. So I'm just kind of sharing with you how I create these, and then you'll see how they come together. Okay, so I'm on my last embellishment. I had so much fun creating these, and it was so satisfying the way that they came out. I hope you guys will try this and let me know how it turns out. I will share some upcoming videos of how I use my embellishments that I've created so far, just so you can kind of see how easy it is just to kind of slap them on a page or a traveler's notebook or Project Life. I'm going to share with you some quick little close-ups of these, and then I have some photos at the end. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you did, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.